right, we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. It's Lakers weekend, finishing off a great Lakers weekend. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching this. We truly appreciate you doing so. Got to go ahead and give a big shout out because all the stuff, great stuff that we're doing, you have got to check out, including the Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. On this week's episode of the Pop Culture Cosmos, Josh Peterson and I discuss a lot of great things, including Dragon Age, The Veil Guard, Agatha All Along. I give my thoughts on that show. Also, as well, we go ahead and talk about what's going on, the latest in the movies that are out there, some disappointing returns, and could it be the end of a legacy in Hollywood? Also, we get you revved up, we get you started, we get you going with it. What's going on with Black Friday? So go ahead and check it out today. The Pop Culture Cosmos, wherever you get your podcast. JSJ. Oh, the Rams won, JSJ. The Rams won. Oh, this is the greatest day ever. Oh, yeah, that's cool, bro, man. That's my cool, bro impersonation for you. Plus, also, as well, want to go ahead and check out Inside Sports Fantasy Football coming up next week because next week is NFL Week 10. Hopefully, you did well this weekend. I think I did well. Both my teams, I think, are going to win 2-0. Always a good weekend when that happens. But also, catch us there, Inside Sports Fantasy Football, coming up later this week with a new episode covering Week 10 with our picks for then and also what's trending in the NFL right now on Inside Sports Fantasy Football. Joe Soro's going to be here in just a couple minutes. He is rebooting the computer so he doesn't have those like glitches and gremlins. So hopefully he's getting that all straightened out. But yes, wanted to go ahead and make mention that he is coming up right here. He is Ox1947 at LakersBall.com. Plus also as well, he is the man behind Simblades, SimbladesWithAY.com. Our good friends, the Lakerholics, were here yesterday. Great show by them. They didn't kill each other. I think that's a step in the right direction for those guys. But if you want to hear them arguing all week long, there's no better place to go to hear them arguing than Lakerholics.com. Also, as well, of course, our good friend John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. Shout out, John Costa. Hopefully, Lakers Corner is still up. Last time I checked, it is. Yes, YouTube hasn't taken it back down. So, yes, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. Like and subscribe. Empire Jeff TV, covering the Dodgers and the Lakers. Lakers in 5. John McCalian channel. And, of course, the Daniel Berry Sports Highlights channel. Yo! Also, as well, of course, please like and subscribe today to get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. And don't forget, big shout out to all of our members. Truly helps the station, truly helps the channel, truly helps the network of the Lakers Fast Break. We give shout outs to you at each and every Lakers Fast Break that I am running. Plus also as well, we give you emojis, badges, inside information. I throw articles, throw reviews. We throw all sorts of good stuff to you guys first and foremost, right there. If you become a member today for just $2.99 a month indeed. But yes, please be part of the experience today by liking and subscribing and becoming a member of us right here at the Lakers Fast Break. And then also in the description below, don't forget, there's going to be some items you could get Lakers Fast Break for this holiday season. I was talking about in the Cosmos about some of the great deals Costco has already. And I know that a computer I was thinking about looking at. So I'm thinking about targeting that with what, so that's everything that you guys send in as far as it's concerned. That's what we do. It's what it's going for. This Generation 3 i7 seen better days. Joe's generation. Oh, how old is your computer, Joe? Get you back on here off mute.
2 years.
How many?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was older for some reason. I know Josh is like 13 years minus 12 years. So yeah.
My issue isn't really the computer. I think there's something going on with my activity on
What
the
kind of
technology.
technology?
I need somebody. I need someone to come to my house that really knows IT. And I have a lot of guys that know IT, but they don't live here. They don't live in the area, and I don't feel like paying $300 for some asshole to come over to look at my wires and tell me something I already know. So I gotta figure something out there.
I love how you just said, some asshole just to look at you. It's like, could be the nicest guy in the world. He's just going to tell you, yeah, it's an asshole. Because he
Yeah.
just, yeah, tells you what you already need to know. Okay, I see. But yeah, just let you know that's what it does right here if you help us out at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Well, the Lakers are heading into Detroit tomorrow to go see L Rob and also play a game tomorrow against the Detroit Pistons, who played earlier this evening. So not only are they not good on the season, but they are, playing on a back-to-back. So the Lakers should have the advantage, right? Well, we're not sure about the status of D'Angelo Russell because he is listed as questionable. And the NBA is reinstituting an investigation into a certain Jaxson Hayes because of some recent Ring footage from Ring, the home security footage that TMZ Sports put out there on a domestic violence incident when he was part of the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, excuse me, yeah, the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm sorry, the New Orleans Pelicans. So with that, Joe, the investigation has reopened, and I have seen the footage. I know many of our fans out there have seen the footage. It is not pleasant. It is not good. And it does not bode well for possibly the future of Jaxson Hayes on the Lakers, my friend. Your thoughts on what's going on with Jaxson Hayes and the NBA investigation that's now ongoing?
Was there more than one video?
I saw one video from TMZ. So
I'm gonna be honest. I other than the spitting part, and of course the run in with the cops, but the cut in was just him on the ground with a bunch of cops on him. I didn't see what instigated it.
I saw the Ring footage of inside the house when he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
having.
So I'm watching it and I'm hearing him almost four 90% of that footage in the ring thing is no one around. I just hear voices.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out that initially when I thought I heard someone on Lakers Ball say brutal, and I'm like, okay, this isn't good. So I was trying to avoid the click on TMZ because I hate those pieces of shit sewer rats. So I went on Reddit because that was the next link, but it still went to some kind of TMZ. So I'm trying not to give them any clicks, but I'm going to be honest. It wasn't good, but I thought there was actual physical. Like the only thing I saw him do was kind of brush it a little, and then I heard him kick a door or something. But I didn't know. I couldn't see anything. We couldn't see anything. And then he spit on her. He spit towards her, and I don't even know if it hit her.
Do you want me to recap some of it? I can. And again, I do apologize in advance for some of those that might not be wanting to hear this, but I guess we've got to go ahead and get that out there. Let me read it from you from the Orange County Register. The NBA has reopened an investigation into a 2021 domestic incident involving Jaxson Hayes after TMZ on Saturday posted a video of the altercation between Hayes and his then girlfriend, Sophia Jamora. As a result of the media report and video posted on Saturday, we are reopening our investigation, a league spokesperson said to Southern California News Group, which Orange County Register is part of. The 5.5-minute security camera footage that TMZ obtained and posted, which came from a Ring camera, is time-stamped late July 2021, starting at 1:30 in the morning, or 1:35, I should say, in the morning. The footage shows Hayes, who was playing for the New Orleans Pelicans at the time, arguing with his ex-girlfriend and appearing to pull Jamora out of the doorway while she was saying, "Stop, let go of me." Hayes replied with an expletive, "What's wrong with you?" Around 1:57, after Jamora and Hayes appeared to go upstairs into the Woodland Hills residence where the incident took place, Jamora could be heard repeatedly saying, "Stop touching me." Around 2:02 a.m., Hayes and Jamora are shown leaving the residence and continuing their altercation in the driveway of the residence, with Jamora saying, "I'm not going to let you hit me anymore. What the expletive do I look like? A punching bag. Get in the car and leave." After the comment, Hayes appeared to bump into Jamora, who replies, "Ow, what is your problem?" The video shows Hayes turning his head back to Jamora and spitting towards her before walking out of frame. There were multiple time jumps in the footage, which ended with a timestamp of 2:06 a.m. on July 28, 2021. I guess police officers responded to a call by the cousin of Jamora around almost an hour later, with Hayes being arrested for resisting a police officer. An officer was treated for an elbow injury suffered when Hayes shoved him against a wall, and Hayes was treated for what police described as minor injuries. In 2022 of June, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 450 hours of community service, and a year of weekly domestic violence classes after pleading no contest to two misdemeanor charges stemming from the incident. The NBA didn't discipline Hayes after its first investigation. So there you have it. In a nutshell. I'll put the link in the chat for everyone out there if you want to go ahead and check it out. It's by the Orange County Register. So
I don't understand. What? I didn't see shit. They made it out like this guy was Charles Manson for a minute. Why is this even a discussion here? He's moping around. Even when he flipped his couch over, it looked like he was trying to look for change. It was so passive. What exactly is going on here? Is there something else going on that we didn't see?
I'm assuming that that's the case. Yes, Joe.
Okay, if there's something else we didn't see, okay. But from what I saw nothing other than the spinning part is really bad. That's not good. But
that's assault, I guess.
God. No, look here. My point with that is that.
Well, I'm just saying, spit been treated as assault.
I'm not here to be a lawyer or anything like that, but this is ridiculous. Seriously, this was absolutely ridiculous. This is why I hate TMZ. This is why I hate all this shit. I was expecting the devil from what people said. What is this? What did he piss somebody off? Now they're coming after him.
Well, obviously, I think the issue is that when he was sentenced to 3 years of probation, community service, the domestic violence issues, the NBA did an investigation but didn't do anything as far as discipline on their own account. And I think what this does is saying that, yeah, cool, bro, we need Laker Nick on this case, but I would love to have him on. I sent the invite out. So Laker Nick, if you're listening, you could hop on anytime. But what I'm saying is, I think that the fact is that the NBA just glossed this over and said, the courts handled it. That's all it wasn't done. I think it's a bad look for the NBA, my friend.
Why? Nothing
because
happened in this video.
They blew it off the first time.
Is the NBA supposed to be everyone's babysitter? Is that it?
Well, they're worried about their image.
This is why I keep explaining to everyone before they make it political. Are they now a court system? Is everybody a court system? This is exactly why I keep getting at this stuff with these athletes and actors and all these people who think they're a lawyer or a politician. So what are you going to do now? It happened 4 years ago when it had nothing to do with anything. Now what? Now, oh my God, the NBA. What do you want them to do?
Because I bet you they didn't see the footage. Now that
what I saw was an idiot arguing with another idiot, and I thought he destroyed things. What did he do? What exactly did you want the NBA to do? Him moping around and hitting doors, and you might as well go and get all the ring videos, and God knows how many other videos are like that at home. So now what? Now we're this authority now. This was an absolute joke. Unless there's something else we didn't see, which it's obvious because all of a sudden towards the end of that video, I'm watching him sort of tip over a couch from anger, and then all of a sudden there's 7 cops on him. I didn't even see what happened. He just was on the ground. What happened?
Well, the only thing I'm saying, again, I think the fact that this footage was probably not made available at the time, now it is. And the fact, again,
is she suing him?
I don't know if she's suing him. I don't know. All I know is that TMZ put this out there on Saturday, and now NBA, realizing that maybe it was more serious than they thought it was, is now reopening an investigation into it. That's all I know at this point in time. I mean, again, the case has already been done. He's already gone to trial. He's already been sentenced. He's already served his community service. If you read the Orange County article, you can exactly tell what has already been done in this. I think what the fact is that there's no criminal investigation being reopened. It's just from an NBA standpoint, because I think the NBA was never got privy to this ring video, which makes it look bad that the NBA didn't discipline him in the first place. That's what I'm saying. It's from an image standpoint from the NBA. That's what they're looking at. They were not provided with this video because it seems convenient that TMZ provides this video and puts that video up there for everyone to see, and all of a sudden that you've got the NBA saying, "Oh, we're going to look back into it again." This is not. I mean, there's some bad stuff in there. Yes. Is it what P. Diddy? Is it the hotel footage for P. Diddy? Obviously, that was even more violent there. There's nothing acceptable about both these videos. Absolutely nothing acceptable about both these videos and what went on. But I think because the video just leaked, Joe, and that the NBA apparently hasn't seen it. Now they're seeing it, and now they're saying, "Oh, well, maybe we got to go ahead and try to do something now because we didn't do something the first time around." And Daniel, like they did, yeah, it looks like the Lakers. Daniel's Park saying, "And thank you. Truly appreciate you being in the chat. There's no way the Lakers organization brought him in without being fully disclosed or having close knowledge of the incident." Well, maybe they didn't vet it as much. Maybe they weren't privy to this footage either, Joe. So, I mean, obviously they knew what was already taken place as far as what was filed, what went to trial, what was as far as the sentencing, what was done, but yeah, they didn't know exactly all the parameters of what they're in, just like the rest of the NBA.
Great.
So what I'm asking you is, like I said, it's an image thing with the NBA. That's what I think it's coming down to. It's like, oh, now we got to look back into it because we didn't do anything the first time. Do you think anything will be done in regards to the NBA disciplining Jaxson Hayes?
What people are going to go, "I'm never watching the NBA again"? Is that what you're asking me?
No, I'm asking, are they going to be disciplining Jaxson Hayes?
I don't know. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. I really don't. Based off what I've seen, I have no idea what the hell's going on. I thought he smacked her around. So what are they going to do? They set a precedent this way. What? He's walking around, spitting, and then sort of brushing on against her, and then kicking doors, and now you're going to end this guy's career because of it. Is that how it's going to work? At least with Ray Rice and Urias's video, even he's had issues with that even before. I don't know. And I really don't know. I'm not there. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what the hell's going on. I really don't. I have no answer to this. I really don't. It's almost I'm confused.
Bloodhound says, from what I read, Plinka said that Hayes took ownership of the event and trying to get better. Well, he had to take ownership of the event, Bloodhound, because he pled no contest to 2 misdemeanor charges stemming from the incident. He was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 450 hours of community service, and a year of weekly domestic violence classes. So he obviously said something in court to the fact that he was trying to own up to the situation. So that's great and all. But again, the fact that the NBA didn't do anything at the time and they just let this thing slide and just let the court system handle it. Now, all of a sudden that the video's out, they want to go ahead and do something about it after the fact, it is what it is, but it probably won't help the Lakers. That's for sure.
I wouldn't worry too much about Jeannie being a female owner. She's done plenty, maybe not domestic violence wise, but she's done plenty banging the employees. So allegedly. So again, I'm not gonna sit here and worry about the Lakers organization looking bad, and I'm not gonna worry about Adam Silver's league looking bad. People already are not going to watch the NBA who don't want to watch it, and the people who want to watch it are going to watch it. This is going to be a giant waste of our time, and everyone's going to have their stupid, useless opinions, and that's why I'm trying not to do that. If he smacked her around in another video, yeah, do your thing. But from everything you're telling me, they figured this out a little bit a while ago. He copped to it. Now what? Why now some video of him 90% of the time not even being in the video? All of a sudden I'm supposed to assume he's doing something back there. What is he doing? I don't know.
Daniel says, did they obtain the vid from the accuser or the attorney? Did the footage get leaked, or was it FOIA? You know what? Again, it's TMZ. They have their sources, Daniel. So I don't know. If I knew what TMZ sources were,
someone sold it to them.
Yeah,
that's how they get their...
That's how they get it. Yeah, Joe. But I mean, just like if we knew who exactly gave it to him, how they got it to him, But yeah, it's usually they usually buy their information, Joe. That's not far from the truth. I mean, there's a reason why they get it faster on a lot of occasions than anybody else.
So now what? Is he indefinitely suspended?
He hasn't been suspended as of yet. As of now, he's still on the active roster. He's still set to play, but the league is now currently reopened its investigation into this incident.
Is the NBA season that boring so far where this becomes headlines, just like they did with Giddey when we found out that he's 19 dating a 17-year-old? Is that really where we're going with this now?
I think that's where we're going.
Seriously, we can't understand what we're watching and what we're viewing. This is the part. This is why celebrities and people in general, it doesn't matter who it is. This is why I saw Jason Kelce walking down a street, minding his own business, and some motherfucking piece of shit called his brother.
Homophobic slur.
Yeah,
for dating.
And I'll tell you right now, I'm not joking when I say this. God bless Jason Kelce for just breaking his phone, because I would have broke that motherfucker's nose. Seriously, people fucking suck, and they need to be called out more, and they need to be hit in the face, and they need to be told and reprimanded in a way. I mean, seriously, this is getting stupid now.
That kid needs to be he needs to be exiled. He needs to be out of school. That's the thing they should kick you out for. If they find out
he's a disgusting piece of shit. That guy deserves to get throat punched. And if I had punched him in the face, knocked his ass out, went to court, I would have told the judge and anyone that would listen, I'd do it again and 13 times on Sunday, because people like that need to be handled. Seriously, this is getting out of hand now. How do you call somebody? How do you do something like that other than to know that you're instigating? There should be something there.
What did he do to you? What did Jason Kelce do to that kid? Nothing. He's just walking, minding his own business.
No, Jason Kidd. I'm sorry, Jason Kidd. Jason Kelce's not. He's better than me. He only broke the phone. I would have broke that fucker's nose. That's just, I know myself very well. I know what have broke his nose. You call my brother a fag? Almost slipped. You know.
I gotta look at that one. That one I'm gonna.
No, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I stopped. Sorry.
I gotta just make sure I don't. 2450. Okay. All right. But yeah, it's disrespectful to his brother. It's disrespectful to the LGBTQ plus community. It's wrong. And this thing, like you said, it's getting out of hand. And in the case of Jaxson Hayes, it's a matter of image. The NBA is always about image, Joe, and that's what I think ultimately it comes down to.
Stick your image up your ass, NBA. Just figure out how to focus on basketball.
That's a good question, Gregory. If his name was, let's just say he was on the Pistons, or for instance,
No, that has nothing to do with anything.
okay,
Giddy was in the OKC. No one
there you
in the
go.
country
Yeah.
gives a shit about OKC. It has nothing to do with that. This is a slow news day, and those scumbags at TMZ are jerking themselves off for this. That's just what it is. And then everybody else is going to start assuming.
Anybody who heard that slur, Joe tried to refer. He was not doing anything. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go ahead on that one.
I wasn't saying it towards somebody. I was repeating
Yeah.
what someone said.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. He
if
was
it hurt,
quoting. Yeah.
I didn't say it anyways. But if I did say it, get over it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it to anybody. It was what was said.
But once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. I feel like often we get into the police blotter here. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching and listening. Truly appreciate it. Joe's here with me, Joe Sorrell, aka Ox1947 at LakersBall.com. Again, the league hasn't done. Maybe they'll do something tomorrow. Maybe it won't be for another week, or decide again. We don't know. So as of now, we have Jaxson Hayes still on the roster, but obviously it's a distraction for the Lakers. But they are playing against Detroit, who are on a back-to-back. And they are a terrible team. They just won their second game of the season. So with that, Joe, they might be resting D'Angelo Russell. They might be resting some players. There are some hints as far as what I see in the tweets. They might be doing that upcoming because of, I guess, a foot issue with D'Angelo. I have to go. Let me check on that. But your thoughts? Should they take Detroit that lightly?
No. It's nice to see Cade come out of the abyss a little bit so far. I was down on him this summer, and some of my comments weren't in agreement with some people. They did say that Cade has skills, and I didn't say he didn't have skills. I just said I hadn't seen anything yet that would warrant the first overall pick. But Detroit is an abyss in itself, and he is playing well this year. So I hope to see a good game and a win, of course. I'd like to see a win here, and then if Memphis is a competitive game, then and we can squeak a win out of there. It's there's just in my view, there's no way I could have not be happy with a 6-2 start.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If we could do that, that would be great. That would be beyond our expectations because of what was going on. And we expected a 3-2 trip anyways, Joe, you and I. We were asked as far as what our record we thought would be on the road trip, and 3-2 seems like it'd be very reasonable.
They were a shot away probably from being possibly, depending on how those games go, next two games. Could have maybe gotten away with 4-1 if they win the next two games, but in an NBA season, this is usually how it plays out. Plus, Kevin Durant is defying everything that's logical and human physiology. I don't know what's going on, but he seems to have not been affected by the Achilles tear, and I'm in shock. I don't think I've ever seen this before. We did see it with Dominique Wilkins after he returned, but that was for like 1 year. Durant has been fine for what, 5 years now? Since 2019. Well, technically, since he's.
But his game is so he's just so smooth, and he's got those long arms. Anyways, on the defensive end, he could still block shots. He doesn't need to. He never was a high riser. He's just so smooth and silky on that jump shot. You know, if it had to happen to anyone, maybe he was probably the best one that could overcome that obstacle, Joe.
Maybe I don't know, but he's doing something with LeBron that's not normal. LeBron is still playing pretty well. his usage rate is as low as I think since his rookie year. We went over that in a few shows ago. JJ Redick, if anything, if you want to rate him as a coach so far, the fact that they've been able to still win and LeBron's usage rate is it's a tad bit lower than his rookie year. That in itself, should that continue, should warrant a coach of the year candidacy. I didn't expect that. I think Darvin Ham was trying to do that last year, and I was in support of it. I was in support of him playing only 29 minutes or so. Unfortunately, the way the offense and the philosophy of the team's mechanism is, it wasn't something that Darvin Ham could put together. But JJ Redick seems to do that. It's a lot of surprise on both ends. But then again, it's 2024. I think there's a reason why Durant and LeBron are all timers, guys. Sometimes you all think, oh, they're just really talented. No, they're not just really talented. These guys both put in the work. They both put in the work. And Durant has never been known to not just be a thirsty basketball player.
So let me ask you this, just off the beaten path a little bit before we'll reel it back into the Lakers. When it concerns
nice choice of words, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry about that. But
come on,
Durant.
I give you a compliment and you apologize.
Well, you said beaten path. It's
no, you said that, and I complimented you on the irony of it, or the
well, thank you. Yeah, but Durant. Getting back to Durant, I thought you were talking about in reference to earlier what we were discussing. But,
I was
Durant, his legacy, because he went to Golden State and got those 2 rings there. He's never been able to duplicate that anywhere else. I've always been the one that says I don't think it hurts his legacy. In fact, I think that when he won and faced up against LeBron, I think he was playing at a level that was even better at LeBron at the time. I'm holding to it. It was a short period of time where I thought he was the best player on the planet. I still think LeBron regained that status for a period of time until Steph Curry, all that. You can go ahead and debate all you want as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not talking about the greatest of all time. I'm just talking within that time frame from what I saw. I mean, he doesn't get as much pushback as LeBron does on his legacy, with the issue with Jordan, LeBron, and, the LeBron haters and LeBron supporters. Durant just gets a little bit of pushback every now and then in regards to those 2 titles, how he had to go there and all that. But I still think, again, what I'm seeing now at such a later age, him being able to do what he is doing for Phoenix as they're off to like a 5-1 start. That's pretty good for a guy that's 36 years old himself.
You reminded me of something, and I wish a little bit that Oklahoma could have finished that series against the Golden State Warriors in 16 when they were up 3-1 before they lost to Golden State 4-3. That debate could have been confirmed officially in 2016, where Durant and LeBron would have played each other in the finals. And there's debate that who would have won that series. Probably LeBron. So if that's the case, I don't think Durant's ever been better than LeBron.
Again, I do think so at one period of time. There was a point of time, and he won, that I thought he was better. But because they faced up against each other, they guarded each other, they were head up against each other, and Durant came out something.
Durant was playing against 2 all-time great. Durant was playing with 2 all-time snipers, like that. You could argue that Klay Thompson is the second best shooter of all time.
Was LeBron with Kyrie Irving at that point in time?
Yeah, but then you had Draymond Green, and then you had there was just more firepower in Golden State.
I'm just saying when they played each other head up, I thought Durant was a better player at that
maybe
period.
Better scorer, but
well, that's my opinion, Joe. Don't take my opinion away and say no.
Your opinion's wrong.
Well, my opinion is right to me, and it is right. Period. So there you go.
Nah, never.
No, me, yes, always.
No.
Yes.
Switch Durant with LeBron.
No, I won't.
Switch Durant with LeBron. Is he better?
Again,
Switch
LeBron.
LeBron to Golden State at that time, and then put Durant on the Cleveland team.
I'm
Who's
just
better?
telling you what I saw face to face, head up. Again, that's just, again, we're not going to ever come to a conclusion on that. We're just going to agree to disagree.
Conclusion is you're wrong.
No, conclusion is you're wrong. But anyways,
No.
yes. Okay. Cool Bro says your favorite, Gerald. I think I have Jaxson Hayes on my fantasy roster. Well, you would put a guy that's averaging 4 points.
Says. Don't quote him.
roster.
I'm on the show.
Yes. All right. But that said, getting back to the Lakers and Detroit coming up here tomorrow. Again, I don't know if the NBA is going to hand down anything as far as suspension or any type of future action against them. They're just looking into it, but it brings over another cloud. It's we already have enough distractions on this team with the Bronny thing still there going on, Joe. No, Alan, I'm not wrong. No, sorry. You always disagree with Joe anyways, so I'm not wrong.
It has nothing to do with me. You're wrong. He's
not
never
wrong.
been better than LeBron.
I'm telling you.
Scoring, but that's it.
No, I'm telling you. Well, again, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to stop because I was right and I'm right and I feel I'm right.
I'm talking about Allen now.
Bob Myers or how about Gregory Brown? Gregory Brown, both. Either one is a better option than Rob Pelinka. So there you go.
A dead seal is better than Rob Pelinka right now.
There you go, Gregory. I think you have your answer on what we think of Rob Pelinka at his term now. But with the fact that there's a lot of issues going on in Lakers, they can't afford a suspension to the only big we have on our roster. That is a problem, Joe. That is a concern, and it's another cloud hanging over the Lakers. Tomorrow they could get away with it because it's Detroit. Then you go into Memphis.
Is he playing tomorrow?
He is still playing as of now.
So what do you
as of now? I don't know anything. Tomorrow morning we might wake up and league decides to do something about it. I doubt they'll do anything this quick.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not really thinking about the Lakers with this thing. I really not. It's you just told me, because I didn't know this, so I'm going by what you're saying. This he copped to it. He pleaded. He had apparently counseling done. What is this? And based off the 6-minute footage I saw, unless there's something else, maybe there's something else and I don't know. But according to what I've seen and what's out there, what the hell did he do? Besides mope around and spit a little bit and then maybe kick a couple doors down and then lift a couch like he's looking for change. I thought the devil was in the house before I saw the footage. I thought the devil came from hell and he did something, because I was hearing words like, "Oh my God, you should have seen what he did." I mean, are we there? Are we there yet? Are we there really, where someone can just be angry and all of a sudden there's something really bad going on?
And Sam, I believe at the time he was arrested because he did. And
I want to know why the footage was cut. Why didn't we see more? Or did the guy that was filming with his phone get in too late? I don't know.
It wasn't filming with the phone. It was Ring. It was a Ring.
No. When he was fighting with the cops, that wasn't a Ring.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about that part.
Who's very hot? His chick?
What?
BTS was saying, "Joe, she's very hot. She said, I will not let you hit me anymore."
Yeah, absolutely. Just we put the
whole article. How do I know she's telling the truth? How do we know? How do we know this is not extortion? I don't know. I don't know these people.
This is not dealing with the civil part of it. It's dealing with the TMZ putting this video out there, and then the NBA saying we're going to reopen the investigation because we came to the conclusion the first time that he did not need to be disciplined. That's what is coming out of it. I don't know if she's going to file a lawsuit or anything of that nature. All I know is that TMC.
Of course, she's going to file a lawsuit. Fucking money grubbing freaking scumbags out there.
Well, you don't know if she's done anything yet. I don't know if she's done anything yet. That's, again, all I know is the TMZ brought out the footage, and the NBA says it's going to look at the incident again after I looked at it before. So, and I believe because he resisted arrest that he was initially incarcerated, to answer the chat. I think it was Sam that asked that question. So,
I thought it was that footage was. I'm not gonna lie, I was busting up laughing actually because there was like 5 guys that couldn't hold him down. He was like a petulant child. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
terrible news by the Lakers fan. There's a chance Jaxson Hayes gets banned in the league. I don't know. Again, they're now looking at it. Before they looked at it before, they said, they didn't. I'm assuming they didn't see the footage, and now that the footage is out there, Dylan, I'm assuming that that's what's causing the league some distress, is because they didn't do anything the first time around, and they have an image thing that they want to go ahead and do. Now, all of a sudden, they're reopening it. They're going to take a look at it. Whether or not they're going to file any discipline, again, we'll wait and see. So, but it is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. It is Gerald Glassford along with Joe Soro. Truly appreciate you going ahead and talking to us out there. 7 Grand says, is the Cavs the best team in the East? Well, playing right now they are, but I would still put the Celtics ahead of the Cavs at this point in time. But that's my thoughts. 7 Grand, who does not like the Knicks. Yes, we've known that. Your hatred for the Knicks has come through time and time again, 7 Grand. Dylan says, who's the replacement if Jaxson Hayes gets banned? Well,
no one.
That's the problem. No one, really. I mean, maybe Tom's dream could come true as far as his two-way centers, as far as it's concerned. But yeah, that's outside of that. Not too pleasing. And the Lakers don't have any room under the salary cap. So Christian Coloco, he's still ramping up at the G League, to get to the point where he's got his conditioning to the point where he's able to play in an NBA game. So yeah. Like you said, BTS, Jay Huff, he just signed a 4-year contract in Memphis. Would have been nice if we kept him. And Castleton just signed with them as well.
Castleton stunk last couple years.
He
started out well, but is he going to turn into a Greek player now that he left?
Pippen did.
Great player.
He's good. He's very good. Pippen double-double last game too. So Jay Huff double-double as well. So they're all playing good on Memphis right now. So maybe it's just what they're doing, the allotted time, the way that Taylor is just doing a good job. Taylor Jenkins, coach down there, facilitating talent. But yeah, they're still not at the level, I think, where a lot of people expect them to be, because they once they got everybody healthy back, it's supposed to be all good for them. But we'll find out as they, we go down there later this week to face off against the Memphis Grizzlies. But tomorrow, I think the Lakers, if they don't just overlook it, I think the Lakers should be able to take the win with rather ease tomorrow, Joe, because it is Detroit and they are coming off a back-to-back, and Detroit is what it is. I think they're 2-5 on the season. So,
yeah, I'm looking to see how Ron Holland plays. He didn't have a particularly good game in the last.
He's been not getting any time at all.
Yeah, so maybe his red. This is probably going to be a red shirt type year, and then of course seeing the improvement with Cade Cunningham. Detroit, I don't know what to fix in Detroit. I really don't. Detroit's now kind of Minnesota, where Minnesota was in the 90s. It's a wasteland for enthusiastic basketball. And even though it has a nice history, it's nowhere that anyone wants to go unless they get paid a lot of money, aka Tobias Harris. So I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him in a little way, but I don't. Get the win tomorrow, and let's see if we can close this road trip 6-2 if you can beat Memphis as well.
Before we end it out, Bloodhound wants us to talk about the Embiid incident. I was going to do it tomorrow if I had Alfred on, but I'll do it with you. He goes after a reporter who said some not too nice things in a recent article relating to his son and his late brother. I mean, you can't go there, my friend. As someone who is a journalist and has a journalism degree, I just don't go there. I just don't think it's appropriate.
Tired of these. I'm tired of this. I really am. I'm tired of this. You're going after people's siblings, their sons, their brothers. Like, what's going on here? These celebrities are going to have to start having guys around them that don't show that they're around them, that come out of nowhere and handle this so that they don't get sued. This is ridiculous. Why would you even bring up anything involving somebody's family as a journalist? Not a surprise, because Philadelphia people think New York is bad. Philly's just as worse, if not worse. Their fans, generally, the media there. Why would they bring that up? Why are you bringing it up? What was that guy's excuse? Did he not bring it up, or was it miscommunication?
Well, the reason why he pointed out as far as and put the names.
Why would he bring up his brother? What did he say about his brother?
He said in correlation as far as, I guess, the motivation for him to be in shape, because he's questioning his conditioning over the course of not just this year, but several years, about how his conditioning is not where it needs to be.
What does that have to do with his brother? What did he say about his brother?
I'm going to go find it. Let me find out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So apparently Joel Embiid has a conditioning issue.
That's what he related to. That's how he was relating the whole thing as far as the actual. I'll get you the quote, but it is relating to that.
Okay. What about his son? What does his son have to do with his conditioning? See, this is the questions I'm asking. If they went after Joel and said, "You're out of shape," okay, maybe he is. But what the hell does that have to do with his family? This is stupid. It's a stupid. It's like all this trash came in at once. Why doesn't the NBA talk about that? Why doesn't Silver and the NBA people go talk to these media guys and get rid of them? Why does it have to be some situation off court where they really care and then they make all these commercials about them caring? How about caring about your players that are directly being insulted by people that are part of your league, these reporters? Where's Adam Silver there? Because I know for a fact, if I was the commissioner, and you had a media guy that's got a pass to come to an NBA game or to any sporting event in the NBA, I'm going directly to whoever the editor is and like, what the hell? Really? I want that guy's credentials gone. I don't want him anywhere near another NBA facility. Now, do you think anybody else is going to talk about people's families after that? When that gets around? No. Where? Think, guys, think. Problem solving is not that hard. It really isn't. You have to be willing to cut the cord. And not everything is a 3-strike situation. 1 strike, 1 stupid comment should get you to never, ever have to be an asshole like that again, at least in that area. Am I wrong? You think anybody else would be saying things about people's families if the NBA said, look what Manfred did in New York. All this stuff going on with the idiot fan trying to pull the ball and the other stupid moron trying to almost break. I'm not saying he was trying to, but he could have messed up Mookie Betts' hand. Imagine what would happen after that. The Yankees and Steinbrenner, they weren't even going to discipline him. They were going to let him play. They were going to let him come back in the next game until the MLB was like, whoa, what's going on here? So where's Silver? Silver needs to come out and take care of these people. This is leadership. And I like Adam Silver. You know that. I've been complimentary of him. But again, since 2020, he's kind of been off his game. And then, of course, we've been talking about this current CBA that's absolute trash. You got to pay attention to the details here, man. You got to pay attention to the details. You want to discipline Embiid for Cadillacing it? Okay, yeah, we want that. We want these guys to play. But you also got to back them up too. Somebody yapping about his family for what? If it's some fan, you can't do anything about it, I guess, right? If they're in the stadium, I guess you could kick them out. But this is a media guy. This is a guy that you give credentials to. You're allowing this to happen. These are the type of things that need to go. This is how cancer starts. This is how stupid stuff like this starts. And if you're going to worry about, oh, well, we're going to get, whatever, well, that's part of the game. Who's going to what? Is the reporter going to sue you? You're the NBA. You're worth $70 billion. So what? That's why you have lawyers. You're a lawyer. You got Donald Sterling out in what, 10 minutes? For being the sewer rat that he is? And that was a hell of a lot more complicated. So NBA, if the NBA wants to be this, hey, we want to do the right thing, take care of your player, man. Take care of your players.
So here we go. In his article, let me read you the exact quote. I'm doing this a lot in this episode. Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son, Arthur, as the major inflection point in his career. He often says that he wants to be great to leave a legacy for the boy named after his little brother, who tragically died in an automobile accident when Embiid was in his first year as a Sixer. Well, in order to be great, and this is where I think it comes into play, well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up for work. Embiid has been great at just the opposite. The next time, and then you heard the Embiid said, the next time you bring up my dead brother and my son again, you're going to see what I'm going to do with you, and I'm going to have to live with the consequences.
Good. Do it. I'd be right behind Joel going, do it. I didn't see anything. Do it. You don't talk about someone's family. You don't. All this stuff going on with all these girls getting hit, being in bad. Where's the dad? Where's the brothers? Where's the male cousins? Where are these people? Where? You solve a lot of problems when you do things with this. We don't do anything. We don't do anything. Society doesn't do anything anymore. They don't get things early. So if he's doing this stuff, Jaxson Hayes, if he's been doing this, why is she still there?
No, she's not there. They broke up years ago.
When she was there. I'm not blaming anyone other than grown adults. Why? Why is this now all of a sudden, now it's a money grab? So now you get irritated by it. Is it about that? Has it always been about that?
There's been no indication that she is going to file any suit or anything was settled out of court or anything like that.
Forget about all that. Yes. My point here is the audacity of people in general, the entitlements, the gall, the do-nothings. These problems don't occur if you're smart. If you're smart, you start seeing stuff develop, guess what? Ask questions. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an example. I'm not going to go into this story all the way through because it's too long, but I'm going to keep it as cliff notes as I can. I noticed someone a few years back pulling some weird stuff business-wise, and everyone else was all enamored with this person because he had money. He had money, and what happens when people are around people with money and are freely given it? People start sucking that teat, and they don't think. Well, as time went on, you started seeing certain signs of weirdness. Weirdness like, why is this guy so whatever? What's going on here? But people see those little marks, but because he's freely giving money, or there's an access to money through that person, people are like, they don't want to mess up that apple cart, right? Right?
Yes.
Guess what? I don't give a shit about apples or money at that point. I'm like, who are you? Why are you doing this? Why did I walk in to say hello? Because I was in town. And that's the kind of guy I am, guys. I'm a guy that I'll be driving in that's my business. Sometimes I'm doing work for 8 hours straight. Then all of a sudden there's like 2 hours where I'm not doing anything. And I'm in the neighborhood and I'm like, oh, one of my boys lives here. Hey, what's up, man? What are you doing? Well, I want to stop by and say what's up. I did this. And I remember sitting there in the dining room and I'm looking at this guy because that's my job is to observe and detect. It's just already there. And I'm like, while I'm asking questions, kind of shooting the shit, and I'm like, why does this guy look uncomfortable the whole time? It's like an hour. Like, he looked uncomfortable. We've hung out plenty of times, but for some reason, when I was there, it's just him and I, he was uncomfortable. Folks, if I could give you any advice besides talking about a sports show, I guess. I didn't think I was going to be a Maury Povich here. Folks, I highly recommend, if you want to be a true leader, don't ignore your instincts and keep things on an even keel. If you start seeing things run off because of stupid people around you or people doing certain things to people you know, you either handle it or you don't. And when you don't handle it, this is the kind of shit that happens. This is the stuff that happens. This is why shit goes bad. Where was his friends? Because I'll tell you this right now, if that was my friend doing that stuff, I would have smacked them in the face. What the fuck you doing? You got a career. You're worried about this? Yeah, I'm going to stick my nose in it because he's my friend. I back up my friends, and I also shit on them if they're doing something stupid too. That's a real friend. But at the same time, you got to pick the right people too. You don't want to be around people who don't listen, who do things that they shouldn't be doing. There's a balance there. I get it. You know, sometimes people won't listen and you're like, all right, well, fine. Then you go do your thing. But the moral of the story is people need to start focusing on solutions when they see things starting to brew. Otherwise, it's just going to pile up and then it turns into something like this. And you don't want to be the a-hole. Sorry, I'll finish this up here, G. You don't want to be an a-hole or you don't want to mess up. Fuck all that, man. Screw that. For what? For who? You're doing what's right. What's right is never wrong, no matter what anyone thinks. I don't care if there's 100 people outside going, Joe, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Did you see what that guy did? And by the way, the story that I told you about this guy, I talked to like 5 people that this guy screwed money over in real estate deals. Everyone else was sitting there, slapping their hams, enjoying their life because they got some daddy warbucks hooking them up. And I'm here talking to people where that guy threatened their wives, their kids. I'm like, really? He's dead now, by the way. And I didn't kill him either.
I love how you immediately just like, I didn't kill him. That's right.
Swear to God, didn't kill him. But he's dead. Right. The guilt and bad habits, man. Bad habits.
Laker Nick, where are you, my friend? Once again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. It is Joe Soro along with me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching this. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break as the Lakers face off against the Detroit Pistons. I got 20 VIPs that I could give out, and first come, first serve. Whoever's there, just you can see what we see right there on playback. If you need NBA League Pass, I've got a discount code right down below in the description. You can get up to 40% off with or without commercials right there for you for the Lakers Fast Break. So with that, my friend, it is the Lakers. Again, I don't know if the NBA will do anything at all, but it just seems very convenient, Joe, that TMZ shows this footage. Again, I don't know what's put out by the lawyers or whoever. I don't know their contacts. I don't know who gave that out as far as the footage. They put out the video. The NBA didn't do anything at the time. Now they going back and revisiting it. Had the NBA just like give him like a month suspension or something, even done anything, this would have been just like, okay, it was dealt with, and then now we're moving on. Well, the fact that the NBA now has to look at it again speaks about what the NBA is all about, and for them, a lot about it is how they look to the regular consumers out there at large.
It's been a bad few days here with athletes being involved in stuff. One self-inflicted with Jaxson Hayes, the other two, Joel Embiid and Jason Kelsey, having to deal with pieces of shit doing bad things to them for no reason. It's not a good thing, and this is why stars don't. J-Lo gets a lot of flack right now for being a diva, and she may very well be a complete jerk. A complete jerk. I'm not saying that that's not true, but when you're famous for 20, 30 years and all you have coming at you is people who want something from you, what do you think's going to happen? At some point, they're all going to get jaded and cynical to the nth degree. It's just because of people like this. You think that every single star, I bet you, every famous person has dealt with something like what Jason Kelsey's dealt with, or what Joel Embiid has dealt with. Probably 10 times, probably 20 times. So I don't blame them. I don't blame them if they are rude to people who are trying to get an autograph anymore. LeBron got a lot of crap for telling a kid that get back. Oh, he's yelling at a kid. Maybe that was the 7,000th kid that did that to him. And LeBron is more famous than all those people. Imagine what he has to deal with.
Yeah,
it's just not. And I have a good friend who hangs out with Barry Bonds. They've become very close, very good friends. They came together in a business setting, not in terms of working together in business, but my friend makes certain products that Barry liked, and
I think maybe you should be a little bit more specific on that.
well, it's outdoor bags, like
Okay.
off-road. What the hell's wrong with you, Gerald? Seriously?
It's a joke relating to the steroids thing. Good God, do I have to lead you on, man, all the time?
So the reason why they're friends is my friend, he and we've grown up together since college, since 1997. We're not the type of guys that go around and hang with people. And when we would go to Giant games up north, hang out with Will Clark too. We're good friends with Will Clark. I haven't met Barry yet, but I will soon. But Will Clark, those guys, they're guys like Will Clark, they're used to people wanting stuff from them. And then when they end up being around guys that don't want anything from, matter of fact, my guy's been like, dude, I got it. I'm okay. You want something? It's here. I got you. When you do that, you're gonna have a better surrounding there. And of course, those who are constantly being bombarded by people who just are trying to leech off them, they're going to gravitate to those who don't need anything from them, which is very, 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 very small amount of people. And it's just sad. It's sad. I don't understand. Like the first question I would ask that idiot in Philly is, because I know why that stupid piece of shit did that to Jason. That's an easy one. That's just a piece of garbage, filth. Somebody that should have gotten a bat to the back of the head, not a broken phone. But why is that professional reporter talking about people's families? That is a stupid decision, and he should have his credentials taken away. I'm not saying you got to make him fire, whatever newspaper, if it's the Philadelphia Inquirer, I don't know what the hell publication was that, but he should have his credentials taken away for that. I would do that.
Okay. All right. Well, again, is it the Philadelphia Inquirer? Yeah, it is. It is, by the way.
Yeah. I would. If I'm the NBA, if I'm Adam Silver, I'm like, you don't belong here anymore. You're out. And then I'm sure the editor for PI is like, well, if you can't go to the games, what are you good for? You got to learn a lesson, folks. You talk about somebody's family that has nothing to do with anything. You deserve every bit of you losing your job for that.
The editor also let it go as well. He's the one. Okay, they have to submit it to the editor, and the editor let it fly on the publication.
Because newspapers or whatever, maybe they need some spice, right? And that's a spice thing. But that's where Adam Silver comes in as the leader to back up his players, because that's all I hear these days. Oh, we're here for our players. We're here for our players. We're here to support them. Well, support them. This is something real. This is someone, a professional that frequents your league every day, criticizing one of your main players' family. What more reason do you need to reprimand that guy and to put shockwaves all across the country with all these media guys? You guys talk about our players' families, that goes to another level. You are not welcome here. You don't do that. You want to criticize Joel Embiid for being lazy and not working out and this? Joel, I'm sorry, that's on you. That's a you and him issue. You talk about their family, gone.
I agree that's a line that the Inquirer reporter should have never crossed, and very disappointing that he equate one with the other on that, and you know what, if that's the kind of blowback he's going to get, that's very much deserved in that case, because you can't be writing about that stuff and not expect something to come back to him on that, and it did. Corbina put up the most hilarious thing of the day. He said, "Get Walker Kessler now. The Jazz are rumored to be interested in JHS."
To do what? Mop their floors?
Oh my God, Corbina, that was too hilarious. Thank you, Corbina.
It's to help the tankathon that they're on right now, because I know Danny's thinking, man, maybe I can get Cooper, man. Maybe I can.
Yeah, exactly. That was hilarious, Corbina. Yeah, they're more rumored to be interested in Joe Soro than
100%. And they'd say who? And I'd be like, exactly.
Why would you want to go and accept JH as a part of the trade? The Lakers already indicated that they have no further interest in him after the season's done unless something dramatically changes. And right now, it doesn't look like the fact he's in South Bay right now. He's not even on the regular roster. Tells you nothing is changing. He has been a disappointment from day one. The MVPs of training camp that he's got has meant absolutely nothing. If the Jazz are even remotely interested in him, they just have to wait until free agency, Corbina. There's no reason for them to spend any time or effort to get him now. It makes absolutely 100% no sense, Corbina. So come on. Whoever that rumor started, that's probably even, well, I won't say it's dumber than the Philadelphia Inquirer rumor, but that's whoever wrote that rumor, Corbina, is not that sharp.
Well, let's talk about that real quick. Now that you kind of piqued my interest on. So, what team out there that's a contender that would need a Walker Kessler?
Orleans. That's right up.
Are they competing for a title though?
They're better than. I mean, they've got they've got a deeper roster.
I mean, Zion is already he's already gonna miss it. New Orleans is a joke.
But they've got a deeper roster and better assets than the Lakers.
Let's talk about a team that's got a chance to compete deep into the playoffs at the very least. Who? Oklahoma City is stacked with Hartenstein, so we're good there. Obviously, Denver with Jokic. The Celtics aren't gonna. I don't think they have enough to do anything with Kessler, so I don't think they're gonna do anything. The Knicks are obviously. I mean, they probably have. I mean, they could use Kessler. Maybe. Do they have enough of the first picks that they sent over to Brooklyn?
Which one? The Knicks?
Yeah.
No, because they just got their own.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Cleveland doesn't need them. Who else? Orlando doesn't really need them. So who would need him, and it would help them kind of maybe go to the next level?
Phoenix, but they don't
Phoenix,
have
but
the
they don't have any
assets.
assets. Okay, that's not going to work. Houston, would Houston get a
Houston,
playoff spot with Kessler at
no,
center?
unless they're really well. They just signed. What's his name to the extension?
Yeah, no. So
They just signed their own center to the extension.
I don't think anyone's going to get more than maybe
Alfred Sengun. So yeah,
Sengun's the guy there.
but New Orleans, off the top, I know you're belittling them, but they're probably more talented on their roster than what the Lakers have.
Maybe Golden State.
Golden State. There you go. They don't have TJD is not a front run center. I think he's a backup center or put him at power forward because he's 6'10", I think, 6'9", 6'10" in that range. So they need a center. If Zach Edey doesn't, if you don't want him to put too much pressure on because he's not gotten off the season like gangbusters yet, Memphis could be a possibility.
I would be in shock if anyone gave Danny Ainge 2 first-round picks unless they were top 20 protected or something. I'd say a solid lottery protected first would probably get you Kessler. Who? I don't know. Maybe the Lakers say, hey, will you take one top 5 protected for 29? Maybe. If the Lakers start the season 20-10, do they make that move? Is that enough?
Yeah, is Kidding Kessler enough? Because right now he's not playing like the
you
level.
Risk that as a Laker fan.
But he's not playing at the level he was playing in his rookie season, Joe.
No, but I would strongly believe that if he plays around an AD and LeBron and some good shooters, which the Lakers have, I guess not yet, maybe soon, hopefully. Basing it off how they kind of started last year. They started slow and then started hitting shots.
Could Toronto want to get rid of Podol, who we just saw, who's averaging a double-double?
I would love Podol. Oh my God, that'd be perfect. But you all know who the GM there is. He's worse than Ainge. He'll want 8 first-round picks for him.
But just note, Kessler, Tough, that Kessler has not found the rhythm.
You know, I got drunk on my 21st birthday off Kessler.
Okay.
The drink. The most hideous drink. 13 shots, I remember. I was so tired the next day, and I was about to yak, but my dad was driving me to the Sacramento airport because we lived in the Central Valley, or they lived in the Central Valley at the time. I remember, and this was a time, that hour and 20-minute drive to the airport to go home back to San Diego, I learned mental strength. I mentally strengthened my entire existence so I wouldn't embarrass myself in the car. I almost threw up 3 times in the car in that drive. Every time we went over a little bit of a bump, I was like, oh, I'm going to yak right now. My dad had no clue I was still reeling from alcohol the night before. And my dad probably wouldn't have given a damn, but I just, I had so much respect for my parents. I didn't want to ever show that, right? My God, I kept that sucker in one of the most painful hour and 20-minute windows of my life. And you know what happened when I got to the airport? I had no problem. I didn't have to throw up when I got there. I completely reversed it. Anyways, so Kessler, don't drink the drink. Kessler, as far as the player, if Jaxson Hayes isn't playing, what choice do you have at this point? He's better too. If you can get him for a first round pick that's protected a little bit.
Well, remember, you have to put at least matching salary in there because the Lakers don't have any room.
Guys making $3 million.
Start with Christian Wood. I don't know if Reddish makes that much, but yeah, there's enough guys because he's still on he's still on an easy contract. But
this is gonna have to be Pelinka telling Danny Ainge that, hey, I need a favor. I don't think it's gonna happen any other way. You can send him Jalen Schifino. He's making just under $4 million.
Well, he was good on Saturday night, 18, 14, and 5 blocks, BTS. So that was against the Nuggets. Now, mind you, they got killed by the Nuggets, but his stats were pretty good anyway. So if you can get 18, 14, and 5 blocks every now and then, I think that
beggars can't be choosers, folks. He'll be a massive upgrade on what we have, even if Jaxson Hayes was going to finish the season, which we don't know yet.
Are you talking about FIBA, Trey, in last summer? Not this summer, but last summer? He may have been on FIBA last summer. But yes, they're starting to. You're talking about Kyle Filipowski. Filipowski actually has looked pretty good for a rookie. He's had a couple good games. So, yeah, I mean, right now they're 0-6. They're already done with their season, guys. The Jazz are already done with their season. So they're looking to go ahead and offload assets. Could Kessler become one of those assets? We'll see. But yeah, which Kessler are you getting? Are you getting the guy that was getting like 2, 4, 6 in some of his games, or are you getting the guy that's 18 and 14 in Saturday's game? That's the thing. He's not had quite the consistently good season he did in his rookie year, but yeah, it's better than last year. Last year he really struggled. So hopefully he will find his niche and be able to go and see if he's eligible for trade. But yeah, New Orleans would be if he's made available. I think New Orleans would be the first team that would go after him because they have number 1 picks. They have young talent that they can throw at Danny Ainge. So I'm sure they would ask for like a Jordan Clarkson or something like that just to try and get more depth on their team to balance it out. So that's another thing. Jordan Clarkson, Sexton, John Collins, they're going to look to offload those guys as well. But yeah, that's what happens when you tank. But we'll be seeing a team that's tanking tomorrow in Detroit, Joe. So it should be a win for the Lakers. And again, we don't know anything about any decision that's been sent down from the league in regards to Jaxson, other than they are now re-looking into the investigation. So nothing may come out of it. But just wanted to get you guys caught up on the Lakers so far. So, Joe, it's been an interesting evening. I'm going to have to re-upload this on that. I'm going to have to cut out probably that little part just in case anybody tries to interpret that wrongly. So for anybody out there, I'll be re-uploading this later this evening. But any last thoughts, my friend, on the way out?
Don't take Detroit lightly. Win this game. Even if you don't beat Memphis, you still come back 5-3 from this road trip, which is better, a lot better than last year, which was, I think, 3-5.
Yes. And it just got worse from there for a little while. So
yeah.
But we'll see.
We're playing. Lakers are playing this. Let's dodge certain things until we have to do something, and I'm not a big fan of that. But they have no choice, I guess. They're gonna have to wait this out, see how things develop.
Convenient though that Paul George is coming back to play when they're heading to the West Coast. The Sixers are first up against the Clippers on Wednesday, so he will be available by the time the Lakers do play Philadelphia. I think it's later this week or next week. It's coming soon, around the corner. Not surprised at all, are you, that Paul George is coming back?
I wouldn't say I'm surprised.
No, I didn't say you're not surprised.
No, he didn't really have a debilitating injury, did he?
No, just that scare in camp. In preseason, and then just.
We need to be cheering for Paul George and Joel Embiid as Laker fans, because if those guys aren't ready to play deep into that playoff run, then there's a risk that the Boston Celtics are going to have another easy run to the finals. And the Cavs, while playing well, I don't trust them yet. I'm gonna have to see them play the whole year. But if those guys can play the way they're playing, and Donovan Mitchell is an MVP type player.
Another name to keep out on is Robert Williams III, Time Lord. He is actually listed as questionable, I think, for the game on the 4th. He may not make that game, but that means he is close to getting back on the court. So look for him, because at a very reasonable salary of $12 and $13 million for his next 2 years, he might be a trade target, Joe, as well.
Who's this?
Time Lord, Robert Williams III.
This guy again. No. I don't want to have anything to do with him. He's injured half the year all the time.
Okay.
Don't want to have anything to do with him.
Okay. Well, I mean, for those who wanted Lonzo Ball to come over here after he had been out so long, and then all of a sudden he gets hurt again.
Lonzo Ball needs to go somewhere forever.
Our chat is hilarious, Joe. It just comes up with some of the stuff that just makes me just scratch my head all the time. Just they say some of the goofiest things, and they believe it sometimes too, which is really the best part. It's just so funny.
Why?
Because they believe it. Like Corbina earlier saying that JHS is somebody that the Utah Jazz would want now.
Because they read it and they believe it. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing. There was this. So my friend Denise, she's a huge Dodger fan, and we talk a lot. She's a childhood friend, and she's like, her friend Katie and her husband are saying that Ohtani should be in jail, and I'm like, why? She's like, for gambling. I go, what the are you talking about?
He didn't gamble.
I'm like, where did they pulled that out of their ass through their mouth because they read it online. People just want to believe everything that they want to believe, and then they spew it out to the people who are normal like us.
The interpreter was the one with the gambling.
No. Apparently, the interpreter fell on the grenade for Ohtani. Okay. Everybody's an investigator now.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out what he gambled on. Usually that kind of information comes out. At least with Pete Rose, you knew he gambled for his team. You knew he was running stuff out of the dugout. I'm sitting there going, they already did an investigation. They couldn't find squat. So what? Oh, well, they're doing that so that because he's a cash cow. What, you think Pete Rose wasn't a cash cow back in 1990? Pete Rose was one of the greatest Major League Baseball players that ever lived. Why would they shun him and not Ohtani? Seriously. Jay, no, I don't. Well, technically, it is a drug. It's a stimulant. But I don't drink coffee because I don't like the taste. It's got nothing to do with drugs. Pay attention, guys. Jesus Christ. Are you not listening to what we're saying?
And JHS is a expiring contract for about just under $4 million.
I don't need coffee. I don't need drugs.
It's not that great. He'll be added in a trade.
This is how I roll naturally, baby.
I could see him being added in a trade, like if you wanted to trade D'Lo. He's got $18 million. So if you piece him together, Joe, let's say for Podol, because Podol's I think right around 20, right on the dot. You could do JHS and D'Lo for Podol if to get $20 million, because that would get $22 million expiring off the books.
I would say if you're going to do that trade, try to do it closer to the deadline. That way you can see what your point guard situation is going to have to be. You also limit LeBron's ball handling from October through February, because what's likely going to happen is LeBron's going to have to be a point guard the rest of the way.
JSJ, other than filler in a trade, nobody wants JHS. If they want JHS, they can have
that has to be his agent pulling that out of his ass.
Yeah,
and they put it out there.
Come on, JSJ. Come on. I thought you were better than that. Come on, man. Come on. Nobody wants JHS. Other than, again, for the $4 million, you add in as package it with D'Lo on expiring. Other than that, if you want JHS, if you're a team out there and you see that the Lakers are no longer interested in retaining JHS, You just have to wait until next season, and if you could have him try out for your roster. It's that simple. Why would you want to go to any extra effort? Why would you want to give up a pick for JHS? Why? It doesn't make any logistical sense. You guys, come on. Think, man. There you go, BTS. A bag of chips. Yes. Why would you want to, if you're an NBA GM, go out to the store and buy a bag of chips just for JHS? You know, if you were interested in them, you can get them next year. JSJ says, if Giannis requests a trade, why not? Well, if Giannis requests a trade, you're going to need a lot more than just D'Lo and JHS on their salary. You're going to need what does he get? Let me go ahead. That's a good question.
He's 48 million right now.
48 million. Okay, so that's It's almost like you need to trade LeBron, unless you trade a lot of players. There you go.
I do it like this.
Yeah, I know.
LeBron. I'll take Giannis and AD for the next 5 years.
LeBron and Bronny. Well, there you go.
Yes. Oh man, I'd be on that. I'd be on that for sure. You can expedite the next run right away. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yes.
The Miami Heat don't have enough assets unless they somehow figure out a way to get a third team in there for Milwaukee. I have no other area to look at for Giannis in that situation.
So okay, you're the guy. Okay, Joe, you're calling me up. You're Rob. I hope, thank God you're not. I'm the Milwaukee GM, and you're offering me Rui, D'Lo, and Gabe. I would ask you first: are you on cocaine? What? I'm giving up one of the greatest players in the league, and you're asking.
This is what I would have done.
Exactly, guys.
Have you guys been hanging out with Laker Tom a lot?
Man,
that sounds like a Laker Tom trade. Laker Tom be like, all right, guys, this is a great trade for you for Milwaukee. We're going to give you D'Lo, JHS, Rui, and 2 second-round picks.
Or even if it's for 2 first. BTS says the Lakers get stacked. Who would want that for Giannis? Nobody. So what could D'Lo, Gabe, and Rui get you? That's about 18. Let's 18, 36. That's close to 50 million.
I am gonna put this out here and say,
but it's not talent match. BTS. Understand that.
If Giannis wanted to leave or was demanding to leave, I think maybe the Golden State Warriors would be in on it.
And you think they're only going to ask for 2 first-round picks for Giannis? 2? Give me a break. What did New York have to give up for, what's his name, Bridges? 5 first-round picks? Come on.
Yeah, I'd say Golden State would try to do one last run with Steph Curry. They got definitely Andrew Wiggins in that deal. You could throw in Draymond to that's all you need in terms of salary, basically, and then just send them a crap load of picks. I don't know. That's all.
That's it. If they really believe in Kuminga, because Kuminga would have to go in the deal.
How many times are we going to ask that question every year? Is Kuminga real?
Pods. Those.
No, you got to keep those guys, those younger guys, because.
Well, if I'm Milwaukee, guess what I'm asking for? Guess what? If you want them, you're going to have to trade them. I don't want the older guys. I want the young guys. That's what I want.
Salaries don't work that way. So you're really trading. You're trading Giannis more for assets, draft assets at that point.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it. You would need those young guys. Those young guys aren't going to be moved.
It's not going to the Milwaukee.
You'd have to throw in Wiggins there.
They're not going to get equal value no matter what.
No, but
it's not going to happen.
You're still would be getting young talent in return. You're going to have to throw in Wiggins because of the salary. I get that.
Okay, let's say Wiggins. How about this? Wiggins, Pods, Kuminga. and another filler somewhere.
That's 36. They'd have to do Draymond on top of that.
No, they would. That's too
'Cause
much money, and they're not going to want Draymond anyways. Now that I think about it, throw in Kyle Anderson to make the thing work. I don't think they're going to do that.
They could do DeAnthony Melton at 12.
You
That
could
would
put
make
Looney
48.
in there. Looney would probably cover the salaries exactly.
Looney's 8.
So Pods, Kuminga, Looney, and then Wiggins. That covers the salaries, and then
I don't think
unlimited first round picks.
See if it does. Cap for that. I don't know. I don't think it covers. I don't think it covers Giannis.
I think you're not. Look, that part will get figured out. It's whether Milwaukee would be willing to just understand that they're going to have to just rely on draft picks, but it's probably not likely.
Because he's making 48 this year. So 48 this year. All right. Lindy Waters third. Yeah, he's good. He's good. BTS. Oklahoma City may have given up on him. So Xbox says, yeah, but it is the Lakers fast break. It is, of course, Joe Soro along with me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching, listening. Truly appreciate it. Joe, any last thoughts, my friend, on the Steelers before we head on that?
Steelers, why?
Because Cobra was laying some smackdown on your Steelers as far as the Rams are concerned.
A rotten egg and piss off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit about what Cool Bro thinks or says. How many times have I said that to you?
Oh, a lot. That's why I keep saying, because I know it pissed you off.
Don't bring it up. Otherwise, I'm just going to sign off. I don't give a shit about Cool Bro and what he says. He's a child. He shouldn't even be on here. He should be asleep, eating vegetables. Not be around grown adults, asking stupid questions and making stupid comments. You already know I don't like children unless it's my own. You know that. We're grown men here. I don't have time for this shit. When I say I don't like children, I mean I don't want children in this environment. Of course, I love children.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah, good. I'm glad, because a lot of people like Gerald Glassford seem to go into some kind of space in their head about stuff.
No, I don't care. Just people would comment.
No, you do care. Yeah, you do care.
No, don't tell me what I care and care about.
No, you do care about it. No,
you don't speak for me. You don't think for me.
I'm telling you what you do. I'm not telling you anything.
You're not going to tell me. No, you don't live my life. Don't tell me that.
Man, I'll tell you what I'll tell you.
No, you don't. No, last time I checked, it's the U.S. of A. I can do whatever I want to, because as long as I'm not infringing on your rights. So there you go.
Easy there, Benjamin Franklin. Okay, that's not where I was going. And you just proved my point.
I'm not pissing you off, and hey, just saying what I'm saying.
Okay, just because I react doesn't mean I'm pissed off.
You've been acting a little bit edgy. How about that?
Yeah, that's what people want to see.
Okay, all right. Yes, he does, GASJ, and there you go. So, are these two married? No. Xbox. Don't get Joe started on that. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. No, definitely not Xbox. It is, of course, Joe Soro, me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for watching, listening. Truly appreciated. Join us tomorrow for hopefully the same great banter tomorrow during the Detroit game on playback.tv/Lakers fast break. If all works out well, I'll be on with Alfred Esmond, my good friend, beforehand, talking the NBA as well. Joe and I hopefully we'll be back for the post game after that. So yeah, bringing you all the good coverage. Again, I hope it isn't a trap as well. If that's the case, I'm blaming Jamie on that one, because he lays out the traps, Admiral Akbar, all the time. So yes. So for Joe Soro, this is Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching this. You truly appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for more great fun, banter right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.
Dead, dead, dead.
Oh, that's sad if that's the case, GASJ.
What?
I can't say it because it regards